Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday night edition of Into the Night with me, Sean Kelly, your host. Um, I just want to start off right away is that it was a really bad situation the last 3 days when that hurricane came in, and really, hey, Cindy Simpson, good to see you. Much love to you too. When that hurricane came in and really did a lot of damage to some of the states down there. And and all you can do in to me when I look at the pictures um, and I see the videos, knowing that people are totally powerless over what happened. I mean, it was people lost their homes. There were little towns that were washed out, and it kind of makes you feel humble. Okay, kind of makes you really really think deep on what other people are going through. And if you look on the internet or anything, and if you care to make donations to the people down there in them states, feel free to do that. Um, they are in my thoughts and they are in my prayers. You know, for right now, that's the only thing that I can actually do for them. So, anybody out there actually listening to the show, please pray or send some money or just keep them in your thoughts. Okay. My heart goes out to you guys down there. Um, so I want to thank UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 New Orleans, 107.7 Mississippi for allowing me to give you an hour of my time um, on Sunday nights and Tuesday nights, 8:10 to 9:10. And I enjoy giving my time to you. I have made a lot of decent friends on here, a lot of people who follow, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Um, this Tuesday night, my Tuesday night show, I am going to have my friend, he's an author, Maxim Furyk, and he has a new book out, and it's called The Lost Tribes of Bigfoot. And I'm really looking forward to that. Um, he has like 3 or 4 other books, and I've had him on the show before. Every time that he comes out with a new book, you know, I bring him on. And he's a very interesting person. He's a very interesting guest, and he has a lot of cool things to say. Um, he got, you know, good books too. And don't forget, right after my show tonight, you got Through a Glass Darkly, and that's with Sean Patrick Hazlitt. He has a 2-hour show, and his shows are awesome. So, you know, feel free to, when you're done watching my show, stay tuned and listen to Sean's. Um, so, tonight's topic that I decided to bring up is, what does Halloween mean to you? Okay. And for me, Halloween is like my best holiday ever. Okay. Hey, Heidi, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. But Halloween's a really nice place. Um, a nice, like, holiday for me. Um, and I always did like Halloween, you know. Um, I remember going out, you know, in my costumes. I mean, these costumes were over. Um, they'd cover your face like Casper the Ghost or something like that. And we'd get bags like pillowcases and go out once, fill them up, then go back out and fill them up again. But at that time, you know, it wasn't crazy. You just went to the houses and you got your candy. You got dimes or nickels or whatever they could give to you. And I remember we used to get the big size candy bars too. Anybody remember them? The big size candy bars? Um, Now they sell them like little one biter deals, and that's not cool. Give me the big candy bars. But we always had a tradition around Halloween. We always had pizza. We would always order pizza before we'd go out, trick or treating. And my mom, what she would do is get grapefruits, okay, get grapefruits and cut them out as pumpkins. And then she would fill it up with jello, orange jello. And we would have jello when we would come back from trick or treat. But and that's the one thing that really sticks out of my mind about Halloween is the little things that we did, um, and you just really kind of look forward to it. Wasn't so much. I mean, we look forward to Christmas. Christmas was great. You know, um, but there was some aura about Halloween. Okay, and as I got a little older, you know, um, it got really exciting because the older I got, the longer I could stay out and do trick or treating. But also, I could come up and make my own costumes, you know, and also go to those fake haunted houses. Okay. And I love those where you walk in and people jump out and scare the crap out of you, you know. But as time went on, okay, I used to work in those haunted houses and it was the best time of my life. It really was. I had a lot of fun. They were like 2 weeks long, but that was it. But I had a lot of fun doing it. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you, honey. I hope things are okay in Oregon. And Heidi, I hope things are good in Colorado. And Cindy, I hope the good things are happening out there in Puxatawny, man. You know what I mean? I hope all that. Oh, I got my three top angels. That's what I'm going to call you from now. My three angels. Yes, that's what I'm going to call them. My angels. But yeah, so I would work at them and just have a lot of fun. And it was great. So everybody in the chat room, my angels, oh, and you too, Michelle. You're one of my angels too. So we'll go four angels in here now. And definitely, I got my angels in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, out there in the universe, out there in the world, and around the globe, who are listening to my show, I got my guardian angels here in the chat room with me. So I think I'm like one of the most safest guys right now going on at this hour, you know. But that's what Halloween means to me. A lot of fun and making costumes and scaring the hell out of people. And to me, Halloween is the time where you can be whoever you want to be. You can dress up whoever you want to dress up as, and people wouldn't mind or wouldn't care what you dressed up as. There she is. Oh, I got my fifth angel in the room now. There's my girl Stony. How's things down in New Zealand? Good to see you. Stony, do they celebrate Halloween down in New Zealand? If you can answer that, I'd appreciate that. Holy mackerel, I am so protected now. Boy, I just got chills up and down my arms. But you can be whoever you want to be on Halloween. Yes. And people wouldn't mind. People wouldn't care. I mean, think about it. You can dress up however you wanted and act like how you wanted. Cindy says, thank you, Sean. Oh, thank you, Sean. We definitely watch over you, Sean. Yes, you girls do. Yes, you do. Stony says, yes, they do. Halloween down in New Zealand, and they adopted it from America. Ah, that's pretty interesting. And hey, Sebastian, good evening to you, sir. Good to see you. Heidi says, Sean, you truly are an amazing, beautiful soul. Gratitude for connecting. Yes, a lot of gratefulness. It's good to see you, Sebastian. Thank you for that compliment, Heidi. Appreciate it. Stony says she was thinking of dressing as Trump. Do it, girl. Do it. That would be awesome. Just take pictures and send them our way so we can all see it, you know. But so you could just tell it in the air, okay? Because first of all, the leaves are changing in the trees, you know. Pennsylvania is very, very, very pretty, you know, come the fall, around October. The leaves change and it's just so gorgeous. Uh, what I like to do is actually go for a long ride out in the country and just look at get on top of a mountain and park and just look at how beautiful everything is. Cindy could tell you that Pennsylvania is beautiful, you know, in the fall time. And then you got uh, the wives and the girlfriends who steal their boyfriends or hubby's sweatshirts, yeah, their hoodies, and wear short pants with flip flops and sit around a campfire. Um, and then, you know, there's always, and here in Western Pennsylvania, high school football is huge. It's really, really big. It's huge. And you can just, and the smell in the air with the rain, with the leaves changing, with the trees smelling pretty nice. And then Friday night football. Cindy Simpson says, yes, I definitely love Pennsylvania this time of the year. Yes, it's gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. We have a tree down in the park where I live by, and the leaves are like all red. They turn red. And one time I took a picture, and I was like, wow, everything is green except for this one tree. It turned red. The leaves are red. And I don't know. I get chills when I talk about stuff like that. So besides the girlfriends still in the hoodies and the wives and sitting around the campfires, you know, high school football, what I truly like to do, I haven't done it in a long time because I've been busy, but go to a pumpkin patch, you know, just go out to a pumpkin patch and walk around, you know, and that's the only time I'll drink cider, apple cider, you know, the non-alcoholic apple cider, and go with a friend or anybody and just walk around and just look at all the pumpkins, looking at all the people picking out the pumpkins with their families. I mean, and you would think all the crap that's going on in the world, something simple as going to a pumpkin patch and picking out a pumpkin and everybody's smiling. It's a family thing to do. Stone says, we just, in spring, all the trees are leafing out, fruit trees and blossom. Oh, that's interesting. But when all the leaves are gone here in Pennsylvania, like in the wintertime, you know, um, eh, I don't know, it looks naked. Really, really looks. Oh, Stone says pumpkin soup with cinnamon and nutmeg. I've never tried that. Oh, yeah, that's another question I want to bring up to people who are in the room or who are listening. Who likes pumpkin spice stuff? Who likes pumpkin spice? I'll be the first one to admit it. I don't. I think it's gross, to be honest with you. And um, but that's me. You know. But pumpkin soup, that sounds different. I never heard about that one. You know, cinnamon and nutmeg. I can live with it. Can live without it. No problem with it. Um, Heidi says I boil orange peaks, cloves, star anise, and cinnamon. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That that that's just like making your house smell pretty, isn't it? That's cool. No pumpkin for me, Cindy, and Heidi says I don't actually either. Okay, good. I don't know who came up with it, dude. Dudettes. Um, but pumpkin spice, just can't go with it. Stony says roasted steamed pie, pumpkin bread, yum. I don't know, Stone. If I was living in New Zealand, I guess I'm going to have to try it if I ever make it down there. But it smells amazing. Yes, it does, Heidi. Yes. You know, um, and candles too. You know, candles, Halloween candles. Where you get the black hats or you get the pumpkins, and you just put a candle in there and just let it light up, um, and it's just a good ambiance to wherever you're at. Okay. Now on my street, the houses here on my street, even my house, are all like decorated on Halloween, and they usually have them all done before October 1st. And I was before I came up, I took a walk on the porch and I was looking at all the houses, and almost all the houses have Halloween lights out. And I mean, there's a couple people on my street that usually go all out. Stone says I use pumpkin same way I use carrot. Ah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Now, the only thing pumpkin I like would be pumpkin pie. That's about it. With like a half, with a half can of whipped cream on top of it. Um, but I like my whipped cream on my pumpkin pie. I sure do. So, anybody out there that would like to share any type of traditions that they like to do? What did they do when they were growing up? Did they have any family activities growing up when it came around the Halloween time? You know, please share it with us. I'd be happy. Heidi says, I've spilled wax on myself too many times, so I fired myself from candles, but I do love them. Pumpkin pie and roasted seeds. Yes. That's one thing I never did, Heidi, is, spilled wax on myself, and I bet that really burned too. But it's okay to fire yourself. You should hire somebody to like light your candles for you. you know. But now they have like pumpkins and cats and witches and all kinds of other things out there where they use light bulbs, and that's pretty cool. Whatever. Stone says the cone hats used as dunce cap, vortex energy, electroculture to improve memory. Ah, okay, so the cone hats. Um, that's pretty interesting. Maybe we can have a show on that, Stone. I'd appreciate that. That does sound interesting. So, what kind of candy do you guys pass out on Halloween? Do you get a lot of trick or treaters? Heidi says, I remember trick treating in West Chicago. I was a mummy. It was freezing rain, and by the time I got home, I was unraveled. That's cute. I do the whole beeswax cleaning and candle making. Also use tallow. It stinks too much for me, so I just use the wax when it's ready. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Stone, when it comes down to what kind, the beeswax candles, don't they burn out really quick? I mean, don't they melt real fast? Because I know that I had a couple. A friend of mine from Arizona made me a couple. She was from Sedona, Arizona, and you don't give out lollies. What? Oh, lollies would be candy. Is that it? Yeah, lollies. You don't give out lollies. Ah, if you don't give out candy, you get you know, Devil's Night. We have Devil's Night, and that's the night before Halloween. It's called Devil's Night. And usually, a long time ago, when I was young, um, and I didn't do it, but your every, kids or gangs of kids would walk around and they'd throw like fresh eggs at your house or on your car. Take a roll of toilet paper and toilet paper your trees and bushes or whatever. Or take a bar of soap and like soap your car windows or your front door or whatever. Um, so okay, Stony says right. Lollies are considered candy. Okay, thank you for that. Heidi says the last few years we haven't had hardly any trick or treaters. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. I guess people are afraid to send their kids out, not knowing what's happening out there with all the crazy people out there. But I will tell you this, okay? In my area, like the last 3 or 4 years, we've been averaging 150 to 175 kids, and that's the truth. Um, and for some reason, it works out because we'll go and buy. What we do now? We don't give out candy no more, but what we do is we hand out microwave popcorn. That's what we do. We do microwave popcorn, and a lot of people seem to like that, especially the parents. Sometimes, if they're really, really nice, I'll slip them an extra, microwave popcorn for the parents. Squats, man, good to see you, sir. Thank you for stopping in. Stony says, I'm not the Wicked Witch. I'm not the Wicked Witch, Candy House. LOL, that's funny. Nah, you're one of my angels too, man. You're angelic. Every one of y'all in here are angelic. Um, but Stone dress up Halloween is pretty new to New Zealand last 20 years. Oh, really? Wow, that's crazy. Can you ask why on that? I mean, before that, love that. And 150 kids, never had that many. Yes, Heidi, we get 150 kids a year. See, what it is where I live. It's called Dormont, Pennsylvania, and it's only 1 square mile. But a lot of people who live in Mount Lebanon, Bethel Park, St. Clair, all the townships around us, all the boroughs, they'll come in. They'll come in and they'll drop their kids off on the street. And I have the main drag. I got the main drag. Our street is the main drag in Dormont, and they drop them off right there in the parking lot by the park, and they would let their kids do like 3 or 4 different streets. I know what I like about doing it, passing out the candy too, is because a lot of the young kids that are going around now, I went to school with their grandparents. And usually the grandparents go along with their grandchildren. And it's just like a little reunion. It might be a 10-minute talk, 15-minute talk, not even that. But you get to see people maybe once a year that you grew up with and that you never see during the year. It's not a New Zealand practice. Oh, dressing up. Well, it's a lot of fun up here, Stone, honest to gosh. And I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there, right? And I really don't dress up as much as anymore. I used to go to parties and I'd just go like this or something like, just dress like this, and people would come up to me, well, what are you dressed as? I tell them a psychic. I tell them a psychic. Um, or like at work, when I cut meat, I have a long white butcher's robe, a robe, and whatever you want to call them, robe, smock, whatever. And what I do is I put that on, and people ask me, well, who are you supposed to be? I said, a crazy, insane, psychopathic doctor, you know, um, and just stuff like that. I don't know what happened to me, but, I don't know if it's because I was getting older or something like that, but I don't like anything like covering my face and stuff like that. Stone, he says, my Halloween is every day. Other class my fashion as different, lol, and already a happy freak of nature. Have real spiders and webs, lol. You should see my pantry, lotions, potions, and notions. That's funny, girl. That's funny. And I hear the spiders down in New Zealand, Stony, are huge, like really big. And I'm sure you have a lot of snakes down there too. But I don't know. Halloween is just like a really, to me, very magical. It's magical. You know, people say Christmas is magical. For some people, it's magical, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. You know. But the day after Thanksgiving with the Catholic religion, it's called All Saints Day. And so, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me, anybody out there. But I think, is it not November 1st? Is Sam Sawway or something with the uh, what the pagan religion? Isn't it a start of their um, new season of some sort, like their New Year, something like that? I have a hard time pronouncing that. No, Stone. No, you're thinking Aussie New Zealand is pretty safe. We don't have snakes and all that, and only one poison spider. Oh, okay, okay. Sawland. Thank you, thank you, Smith. I really wish I could pronounce that. But you know what? We are coming up on the 30-minute mark, and what I'm going to do is run a couple of other shows intros so people can, see who else is on this platform, UPRN. And I will see you back in a couple minutes. Solwyn. Okay, ladies and gents, I will see you in a couple minutes.
I had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Worked with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, Seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yo, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
Welcome to the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Airing live on the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 FM in New Orleans.
You are listening to Fika with Vicky on United Public Radio, 107.7 and 105.3 from New Orleans.
Hey, welcome back everybody to Into the Night with me, Sean Kelly, your host. I want to thank UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 New Orleans, 107.7 Mississippi. And I want to thank them for allowing me to give you my hour tonight. You know, I've loved spending the hours on Sunday nights and Tuesday nights. I really look forward to those because I see all my angels that are in the room. You know, and they're just beautiful people. Don't forget this Tuesday night at 8:10 on my show, same time. I'm going to have Maxim Furyk on as a guest. He is a friend. He's also an author of books he has written that he put out there. Whenever he gets a book out, you know, I have him on so he can talk about it. So please, if you're not doing anything on Tuesday night, come in and we can talk to Max. His newest book that he just wrote and it just published is called The Lost Tribes of Bigfoot. Okay. And it's good. It's definitely going to be an interesting show. And after my show, another show comes on. It's called Through a Glass Darkly with Sean Patrick Hazlitt. So if you're not doing nothing, you know, check out his place, his show. He has some decent people on, and his shows are really great. And Stone says here, she said, "Cool, got to check vegan pie. I would like to know what the hell's in the vegan pie. You know what I mean? That would be interesting." But back to the topics in the first half, we talked about what does Halloween mean to you? And for me, it was my favorite time of the year. I do consider it a holiday. But we're going to continue because we're in the second part, and I got about 15 minutes left. Heidi says, I'm shopping at the dreaded Wally World. I'm listening with headphones and trying not to run into people. Oh, that is sweet. Thank you, Heidi. Please don't run into people. Please don't. But that's okay. It really makes my heart feel, pump a little bit there, knowing that you're there shopping and listening to the show. That's great. So now there's the other side of Halloween where kind of like plays into the paranormal a little bit, or a lot, I should say. And a lot of people say that around Halloween time that the veil thins, the veil, V-E-I-L, the cloth between my world, our world, and the spirit world. They say it thins. I don't believe that, okay? And I'll tell you why. Maybe a long time ago, I could actually see it happening. But for the way the world is today, and the way that people are experiencing paranormal activity around them or in their house, I believe that the veil is is thin all year round. What is your what's your thoughts on that? Sure, it's like this is my busy time of the month, even though I do not go out and investigate. I don't investigate that much like I did before, but I do a lot of speaking engagements, and I do go out with a couple groups, and I really enjoy it. Stony says, the veggies, mushrooms, onions, carrot, chickpeas, you can kick them out. Chickpea juice, can kick that out too, which I whisk into like an egg white. Pretty interesting. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Me and chickpeas, we just don't get along. And I do believe that if you use chickpeas and crush them up, they're like, what is it? Hummus, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. But yeah, I guess because of the history behind Halloween, or the tradition of it. With the ghosts and the witches and the ghouls and stuff like that, the vampires. It wasn't really studied or really big growing up like that, where a lot of people investigated or read into all those at one time. Okay. I believe when we were young that it was just taught to us, it was just, you learned or you taught, whatever. Stone says, it's concentrated, focused energy, one day a year when all thinks of it. But unlike you, the veil is already thinned. Thank you, Stone. She says it's an acquired taste. I tried to acquire taste it, and it didn't quite acquired with me any good. And it just, I'm sorry, buddy. But I don't know. So this October, okay, for my Sunday night shows, we're going to do something about Halloween. Okay, we'll talk about witches, and we'll talk about vampires, and we'll talk how Halloween actually started. And if I'm not mistaken, it definitely started. A lot of it happened in Ireland. And I did find out about this too a long time ago. But back in Ireland, when they would do it, people would dress up to scare the ghost away from the houses, from the children. people would dress up in order to scare them. And instead of using pumpkins, they would use turnips. Yes, they use turnips. And there's all kinds of other things that happen over in Ireland of the start of the Halloween. So the thought just came into my mind. So next Sunday, we'll do a little pagan Halloween. Talk about that a little bit. If anybody wants to be on my show, please send me a message and we can talk about it. You can talk because my show is like an open book. Anybody can come on. And what's nice about my show, no one judges you, and then we can talk about it. But Halloween can also have a bad side too, like I was saying before, because there are some crazy people out there, that do crazy things. I mean, yeah, sure, it happens now, 365 days out of the year. But during Halloween, you really, really got to watch because people act really crazy, and it sometimes it's just not fun. Sometimes you have to really, really, really be careful on who you hang out with. Stone says her hands up. Okay, honey. All right, we'll talk. And then they'll get you on and we can talk about it. Yeah. I'd like to hear your accent. New Zealand accent. It's pretty cool. But I mean, there's all kinds of macabre stuff that goes along with, the Halloween. So I guess you need the yin and the yang of Halloween, It can't be all good. You got to have some bad in there. But some of the bad things, they're not so good. Fish and chips, 6. Okay. I like fish and chips. Crazy is everywhere these days. Yes, Heidi, it is. And I don't like the craziness. I really don't. I don't know about you people in my room or people out there in the other, whoever's listening to the show. I can't deal with the craziness. It gets on my nerves. You know what I mean? It gets on my. I don't like it. And I'm thinking, okay, you know what? Maybe it's because I'm old, right? But these young adults, these young people, we never were that bad. We weren't never that bad. And oh my God, the costumes they have out now, it's not like your normal costume. Heidi says she don't go out much. I gotta go out because I gotta go work. But lately, I don't want to. I don't trust people, and that's sad. But if I want to live a good life, then I just trust myself. I don't know if that sounded egotistical or not, but it didn't come over that way. But I just don't like going out. And what I like about here where I live in Dormont, right? And like I told you before, we get 150 kids easily. But the Dormont Police Department and the Dormont Fire Department go around everywhere in Dormont. There's a presence here that is just remarkable, And I kind of like that. Makes me feel safe about that. Now, no, I don't know if you have it over there, like over in Colorado or New Zealand or something like that, or Oregon. But I don't know if they do it in Punxsutawney. But what they do now, people go into a parking lot, and during the daytime. And they open up their trunks, and a bunch of kids go there, and they do trick-or-treating during the daytime. And you're actually given, you're actually giving out candy in the daylight in the parking lot with all these cars around. I don't know what it's called, but does anybody have anywhere else experience that where y'all live? Stoney says, me either, Heidi, only do the once a 21-day supply run. I see their energies in the 4, 5, 6 grade frequencies. I just can't do those for too long. It messes with my bones. Yes. Trunk or treat. Thank you, Heidi. Yes. Trunk or treat. Thank you for that, Heidi. Now, isn't that pretty cool? You know? They have halls in like the old discos, but they call them light parties. Okay. That's cool. And that's down in New Zealand. At least we're trying to make it safe for the kids, because Halloween, not only is it for the adults, but it's also for the children. You know, just like Christmas is. You know, Christmas is for the children. You know, but that's coming up pretty quick, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sure, and I can guarantee it, that we'll be talking about Christmas, which is great. Now, before we close, we got like about 4 minutes. Can anyone, tell me what Halloween movie they really enjoyed growing up? Or what scary movie they liked? I can give you a couple of mine. First of all, I love the old Lon Chaney ones, and the old Bela Lugosi, ones. Those were the greatest movies ever made, Not too much blood and gore. Frankenstein was a great movie, And also like Blade, the Blade trilogy. I really enjoyed that. But when it came, yes, love those. Oh, wow. Stone is a real hobbit. Ah. Okay, and she loved those. Yeah, the old-time scary movies, the horror movies were great, If anybody who's really into zombies, okay, the original Night of the Living Dead, which George Romero, which actually started all these zombie movies out there, actually started here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Heidi, The Wizard of Oz, my favorite since I was little. She loves Blade too. The Wizard of Oz was great. I have a story about The Wizard of Oz, but that's for another show. How about the slasher films? The first two, like Jason, or that dude that looked like some dude that terrified your dad. I tell you what, my son loved it when he was young. We watched The Wizard of Oz at least 4 times a day, easily. But when the monkeys came, were flying in, he had to run into the other room. But after that, no, he hung around. Oh, was he afraid of the monkeys? Yes, the flying monkeys. But Heidi says, I also lived in Kansas for a while. Graduated high school. Did you have the ruby shoes, Heidi? Freddy Krueger, thank you. Heidi, did you have ruby shoes? Just asking. It's a joke. That would be crazy because that's where Dorothy was from, was Kansas. But I know Halloween's coming up, and we're going to talk about it some more in the month. I know that, like you guys know, about Vietnam and Agent Orange, where a lot of people, got really, really terminally ill. Oh, the Night of the Living Dead terrified your dad. Of the monkeys. You were terrified of the monkeys. I probably did, LOL. Yeah. Night of the Living Dead was pretty creepy by George Romero. Maybe I can find somebody, because there's still Savini. He did all the makeup work. I'm going to have to look into that, see if I can get somebody on. But October is Agent Orange Awareness Month for the people who were in Vietnam, the guys that got sick through it. So let's keep them in their prayers. But on that note, I'm going to have to run. Don't forget, this Tuesday coming up, I'm going to have Maxim Furyk, and we're going to talk about the Lost Tribes of Bigfoot. You know, his new book that is out. And then after my show tonight, you know, Sean Patrick Caslick is going to have his show Through a Glass Darkly. Stone Hobbit says, anything psychological, supernatural, paranormal, I'm subject to zombie everything because of the housemates. Aliens, ghosts, shadow people, cryptids. That's pretty cool. They really haven't come up with a good cryptid movie. Nah, not a good scary one. I hope they do. But I'm going to thank everybody for stopping in tonight. Thank you for all my angels that appeared tonight in the chat room. It really made me feel safe and comfortable, and I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. You're welcome, Heidi. Children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And parents, please go to your children, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents, if you have no children, find somebody and give them a hug and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, I love you, go a long way. And on that note, everybody have a nice evening. See you Tuesday night. Happy hunting.